Good morning. Hello. Yeah, I can talk normally. You know why? Because my sister's at work right now and there's no one in the house, so there's no noise. I can talk as loud as I feel like it. So, good morning. Buenos días. Oh, y también feliz cumpleaños. Happy birthday to anybody having a birthday today. Espero que su cumpleaños sea maravilloso. Maravilloso. Espectacularmente fantástico, ¿ok? Y tenía que decirles que estoy tan sorprendida, ¿saben qué? Me acabo de comprar fui a la tienda recently and I bought like a new trouser pants, like a business pair of pants and stuff. And tengo que decirles que estoy muy sorprendida, ¿ok? Yo siempre he sido muy, I've always been rather on the chubby side, okay? And recently I've noticed a lot of my clothes haven't been like fitting, and I was like, no me lo creía, I stepped on that scale. I have a scale here, and I stepped on it, and I kept saying that I was like losing all this weight, and I was like, no way, this scale has to be broken, because my whole entire life I've always been kind of overweight, kind of chubby, kind of, and all of a sudden now, so according to this scale, I'm losing all this weight, and I was like, no, I couldn't believe it, okay? And then all of a sudden, all my clothes started like, and no me quedan. And then so I went to the store and I bought this pants. You guys won't believe what size it is. It's size 10. Size 10. Okay. And when I bought it, I was like, oh my God, it's not gonna fit. It's probably not gonna fit. I'm gonna probably buy this. I'm gonna try it on. It's not gonna fit. I'm gonna have to return it, and it's gonna be all this fiasco. You know what? I tried it on today. I was curious. I've been dreading trying this thing on because I was like, oh my God, it's not going to fit. I tried it on, and guess what? Not only does it fit, it fits loose. Mira, no, bromeo. Look, I'm trying it on. See? Like, I don't know if you can tell, but like, apenas me queda flojo. If it's loose. So I had to just check it and say this because it is surprising. You saw me. I had a cup of coffee with cake. I stole a piece. Okay, I couldn't wait till after. I couldn't wait an entire day to eat it. Okay, so I stole a piece. So you've seen. I've been eating cake. I've been eating pizza. I've been eating menus. I've been eating lentejas. I've been eating tostadas. I've been eating tacos, I've been eating all this stuff. But for some reason, now that I'm like not even thinking about the weight issue, it's like it's happening naturally. It's like now that I'm relaxed and I'm not even thinking about it, the pressure's off. My body's just naturally doing it. So that's one advice I'd like to give you. Don't stress yourself out about something, about your body type. I started working on this thing last year where I started like working on loving myself more, because I've always been very self-conscious about my body, and I've always like I've had very low confidence in myself as physically. And last year that's what I was working on the most, on loving myself, my body. I started waking up early. I started working, well, not waking up early because I don't always wake up early, okay? I wake up at the time my body tells me to, okay? That's what I've learned. Listen to my body. If I wake up and I'm still feeling exhausted, tired, or stressed, nervous, whatever, I lay back, and if I have to sleep a little longer, I will sleep longer, okay? If I wake up at 4 a.m., I wake up at 4 a.m. If I don't wake up at 4 a.m., I don't wake up at 4 a.m. It's I'm learning to listen to my body. So that's another thing I learned last year. Learn to listen to your body, okay? And another thing is I learned to talk nice to myself. I started telling myself I was beautiful, I was thin, I was healthy, all this stuff. I wasn't doing anything. I was just telling myself this, okay? And for some reason all this is happening just all by itself, okay? Um yeah, so that's a little word of advice for some of you. Just relax, okay? Just breathe, be calm, and tell yourself you're beautiful, okay? If there's something that you don't like about yourself, just tell yourself that you are beautiful, okay? Tell yourself your skin is beautiful, that you're gorgeous, that your body's beautiful just the way it is, that you love it, that it's great, that, tell yourself, like I would say, oh my God, mira qué bonita soy, mira mi cuerpocito está bien bonito, and now a year later, I'm like, I'm losing all this weight, and I, no me quedé, like, my love, my love handles are disappearing, okay? So, yeah, that's my advice. Okay, let's continue. Today we had an unexpected trip to the vets, okay? And Scooby is very nervous and scared and frightened, and I'm just trying to stay calm, so hopefully he'll calm down. We had a scare today, okay? Our Scooby Doo. It looks like he might have eaten some onion by accident. We took him out to the restroom outside to go pee, and there was some onion outside, and so we had to bring him in an emergency just to make sure that he's okay. But he's breathing very heavily, and I'm very scared that something's wrong with him. It could be that he's just surprised, because we don't bring him to the vet every single day. It's not planned. So cross your fingers for our puppy's okay, because I already lost one dog, and I don't think I can lose another one now. See, he's like very nervous. I don't know if it's what he ate or if it's surprising for him because today wasn't planned. Okay, so my day has been very, very crazy. Okay, it's still the same day. Okay, I just changed. Okay, whenever I don't go out or I don't have anything important to do and I'm at home, I like to be comfy. Okay, I dress pretty, except for the tennies. Okay, I just took out my puppy out to the restroom, and that's why I'm wearing these tennies. But normally I'm wearing my slippers and stuff. So yeah, I'm usually pretty comfy. Okay. I had a crazy morning. Okay, I got up. Okay, and I got ready, and I was gonna have my coffee and everything like that, and then the little scare happened. And okay, so my puppy accidentally had some onion on Sunday. Okay, and we were going to try to take him. We were watching him very carefully to make sure that nothing was wrong with him and stuff, and he was acting pretty normal. Okay, we researched what was supposed to happen and everything like that, and we were planning on taking him yesterday to go to the doctor just in case, to make sure he's fine, gets him checked out and everything. Well, yesterday everything was closed. The vet wasn't open or anything, and he wasn't showing signs of like vomiting. He wasn't struggling with his breathing, anything like that. So we waited, and this morning I was just, it was when I woke up. He woke me up at 7 o'clock in the morning. Okay, he went in there. I was sleeping. I was knocked out. He went in there and he started kissing me for some reason, licking me. He wanted to get me up. Okay. So my sister left for work, and I got up, like chill, normal, everyday thing. And it was still too early to call in to like make an appointment for him. And so I got ready, okay. And then I recorded that first part of the video, right? I'm wearing like this green shirt, and I'm talking about my weight concerns and all that kind of stuff, okay. It was still early, okay. And after I did that piece of the video, I called in to make an appointment for him. And I told them what happened, and they said, bring him in. Like, right then and there. Like, they're like, can you bring him in now? So it turned from a typical day to like a vet day. So we took him in, and they checked him. They're like, he's fine. It seems like nothing happened, but keep an eye on him. If in these couple of days you see him, like if he vomits or he acts any differently than he normally, if he stops eating, or he's struggling with his breathing or anything like that, then bring him in right then and there. So, yeah. But I was terrified, okay, because they told me to bring him right away, okay. I was just, like, I figured that he was fine because, he wasn't showing anything. He wasn't acting weird or anything. But as soon as I called it, I told them that. They're like, bring him in ASAP. And I was like, oh my God. So I was like panicking. And then when I was taking him, he started shaking, okay? And he was like breathing very heavily. And I was like, oh my God, what is something is really happening, And I was panicking because I was by myself. And, oh my God. And so I was, and then after the vet saw him, looked at him, he's like, there's nothing wrong with him. He's not vomiting. They said that something happens in his gums. They turn blue, or his tongue turns blue whenever they eat something like onion, and it causes them, whenever it's bad for them, when it's causing them, when something bad happens to him as a result of eating the onion, his tongue should have turned blue or something, and it should have his gum should have gummed or something, muddy, so he's like, it seems like he's fine, but just keep an eye on him, and if anything bad, if he starts acting weird and stuff, bring him back in. But you guys have no idea how scared I was. I was so scared. Look, if you watched any other video that I've done, I talked about this other dog that I had, okay? And I talked about that I had another doggy. I showed you a picture in one of my videos of her. And I talked about how that was the only photo I had because of my whole computer issue, and I had a phone issue, so I lost a lot of stuff, okay? And I talked about her, okay? I had another dog. Her name is Loba, okay? I named her Loba. She was a half husky. She was so beautiful. And I named her Loba because she reminded me of, every time I see wolves or wolf photos, I feel like I have this not admiration, but I think they're so beautiful, and I just feel overwhelmed by their beauty, their majesticness, And so when I first saw her, when I first adopted her and I saw her, she was so beautiful, and I felt that same draw that I named her Loba. Loba means wolf in Spanish, and I got her when I was 15 years old, okay? I've had that dog since I was 15 years old, and she got sick 2 weeks. She got sick 2 weeks after my birthday, and then she was having failure, kidney failure, and the doctor said that there wasn't anything we could do, so I had to put it down, and and there's days when I remember her and I cry, and there's days I remember her and I smile because I'm so grateful that she was in my life, okay? But whenever this whole thing happened with him, I got I got upset because I was like, I can't do this again, I don't expect one of my puppies to go when they're young, He's this little guy is a year and a half old, okay? He's gonna be 2 years old in June of this year, so he's very young, and I practically raised this little guy since he was a puppy because my sister works a lot, so she wanted her own doggy and she adopted this guy. But because she works, I had to. I was the nanny. I was his nanny. I was his babysitter, okay? And so I became very attached to him, and with everything that happened with my other dog, I was really scared. I was like, no, my God, otra vez, no, not again, I can't lose another one. But luckily, that fear hopefully that fear seems to not be a reality right now, and that's what I'm sticking to, okay? I am I'm praying and I'm hoping that he's gonna be okay and that nothing happens to him. So I'm gonna be watching this little guy like a hawk. Lo tengo como un rey, okay? And you know what's funny? He's normally one of those, like, he acts like a tough guy. And then when we were in the vet's office, he was a little chicken and he was so scared of everything. And he was so scared of everything, but he was so cute. And now he's all calm and everything. I think today was a very hectic day for him too. It was a scary day for him. It was a very scary, terrifying day for him, okay? So, yeah. And I woke up at 7 o'clock and it's already like almost 1 p.m. and I'm finally getting my coffee. This is my first meal of the day, okay? It's a Starbucks caramel. It's a pod thing from the Keurig. So I'm finally getting to eat something after all this commotion. And this is very rare for me. I don't always have days like this, but today was like this. So I thought I'd share it with you and show you that crazy things can happen to anyone. That you wake up thinking one thing and life is like, this is not how your day is gonna go. So yeah. Now we're chilling, okay? We're watching movies and TV, and he seems to be relaxed now. Yeah, he seems to be okay, and I'm happy with that, okay? I'm happy that he's having fun, that he's relaxed, okay? Sorry, he's laying on the floor because I think he might be a little hot, okay? I don't have the heater on very high. It's like 69. It's set to 69. But because it's a little cold outside and it's windy and all that kind of stuff, well, the heater turns on. And so he's laying on the floor right now. But in a minute, he's going to come up here and start cuddling, okay? So, yeah. That was my day today. And it's not over yet, okay? I'm going to be studying some stuff in a little bit because it's part of the process of my goals for the year, try to get all my wishes to come true this year. So for that, I need to put in a lot of work. But I also wanted to film because part of my thing is the filming. Oh, so why is my channel named Maria? ? Okay, this is gonna be today's video. Because my name is Maria. Okay, that's my first name is Maria. Okay, and I put a ? Because as I discover who I am as a person, you guys are gonna see the same thing, okay? A lot of people that have known me have misconceptions of who I am as a person, just because they met me when I was a teenager, when I was a little kid, and let's just say that I had to hide. I didn't get the opportunity to experience and experiment, okay, and discover who I am when I was a teenager, okay. And so every time that I get I go on an interview or they ask me who I am as a person, tell me about yourself, I find myself struggling so much to answer that question, to answer when they say, where do you see yourself in a few years and all this stuff, and I don't know what to say. And now that is what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to fill in those blanks, Sorry. my dad likes to add a lot of chili to his food, and when he eats it, he puts it chila. So, so that is the purpose of this channel, okay? For me to discover who I am and to share who I am as a person, because I feel like a lot of the people who have met me have the wrong idea of who I am as a person. And in the future, if I do meet more people, I want them to understand who I really am and not have misinformation. They don't have the wrong idea of who I am as a person. So that's why the name on my channel is Maria ? Because I have a name that a lot of people have, but I'm not the same person. And I'm also not the same person I was when I was little. Right now, you could say I'm a book with blank pages, okay? And I didn't get to fill in those pages. A lot of people fill those pages in when they're in high school, when they're growing up, and then when they go to, when they become young adults. But I've had to start that journey a little later in life, because of the way I grew up, okay? And I had a very strict parent. Very strict, okay? Who grew up with these ideas of that men are the men of the house, and what a man says goes, kind of thing. And because of that, and he was a little bit verbally abusive, and sometimes he was even physically abusive, okay? And so he was very strict, okay? And he controlled every aspect of my life. Like, I wasn't allowed to leave the house, okay? I wasn't allowed to be outside of the house, okay? I had to be at home at all times. I was only allowed to go to school, and then from school to the house, and that was it. I wasn't allowed to go to friends' houses. If I had friends and they wanted to play, they had to come to my house. And then whenever they came over, he gave them the stink eye all the time. And so after a while, I pitied them so much that I was like, I'm not going to put them through this. It's not their fault. It's not their problem. So I just avoided making friends, okay? Because I was like, it's not fair for me to put them through this. They're little kids. It's not fair. So because of that background I grew up with, I didn't get to be myself. I didn't get to learn who I was as a person. I didn't get to experiment. I wasn't allowed to join after school activities. I wasn't allowed to work when I was in high school. I didn't learn how to drive, and honestly, I still don't know how to drive to this day. And it all roots back to the beginning, to the same reasons that I don't know who I am right now. But that will be a video for a different day. That would be a different story. And the point I'm trying to make is that I wasn't allowed to experiment when I was younger. And a lot of the times what I ended up doing was just pretend. I just kind of hid myself. I acted, I said, I thought everything that I thought would help me get through that. I pretended to be someone I wasn't, like, just to survive that environment. I never told people who I was as a person, what my likes or dislikes. I never got to learn those things. I was just kind of like I was just there. No thoughts, no ideas, no feelings, no personal identification of my own. I pretended to be the person I needed to be to survive that. And then after, when I left that environment, I just never bothered to fill in the blanks, you know. And now I realize that is very important, because that says who I am as a person. And that's what I'm working on now, filling in those blanks. I'm doing a lot of work on myself when it comes to that, and part of the process is this channel, because if I don't do it like this, I'm never going to. Okay, this is a way of forcing myself to come to terms with who I am, defining myself, discovering who I am, and sharing it with you guys, because you guys are gonna hold me accountable. So yeah, so yeah, like a lot of the things I did when I was younger were solely based on survival. Okay, even college. Okay, when I was younger, I was una matadita. Okay, I was a nerd. Well, I don't think I deserved that title, but a lot of people thought I was very smart. I did everything to get straight A's. I took honors classes. I did everything. I was above and beyond in school, and everybody was like, "Oh my God, you're so smart. You're so dedicated." It wasn't dedication, okay? It was desperation, because I saw education as my way out, okay? Because I didn't want to stay home. I was running away, okay? And I was using I was using the school, the education, the academics to run away. I was using it as an escape route, and that's why I was so good at it. But now that I don't have that need, I need to find a different motivation for it, and I found it. Okay, I have rediscovered it, and it is happiness, love, my passion is my new drive. Okay, and it's taken me a long time to develop all of that, because I had to work so much on myself, like self-confidence, motivation. Like I said at the beginning, I had such low self-esteem. I had such low confidence in myself, but I'm slowly building that back up from the ground. Okay, I didn't have this much. Okay, I had like practically none, and I've been building it up over the years. And I feel like this year I really am I'm really where I need to be, and I'm just focusing on using that to make the best life possible for myself. Like if you've seen my vision boards, I put on there that I want to go to the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. That's part of it. Okay, I've always been a homebody because of the way I was raised, and I was always afraid to leave my home, to take chances, to do things. And now that is precisely what I'm doing. I'm taking chances, doing new things, taking risks, trying things, because I want to get rid of that. I want to get rid of that habit of hiding myself from the world and all that kind of stuff. So that is it for today. We'll see you tomorrow. I do another vlog tomorrow. It probably won't be like this one. I think it's going to be a lot more fun than today's. So yeah, we'll see you tomorrow. Have a good afternoon. I hope you guys had a very happy day, and that your day wasn't as crazy as mine and scary as mine. So yeah, bye. And I want you to know that I want to be your friend, because we all need friends. I want to be a good friend, okay? The kind of friend that tells you, you know what, you're great, you're beautiful, you're awesome. That's the kind of friend I want to be. And I am your friend, okay? Bye. We'll see you tomorrow. Say goodbye. Sorry, he's tired. He's had a very, very stressful day. Bye. We'll see you tomorrow. And for the rest of the day, I'm just gonna cuddle with this little guy and give him a lot of love and cuddles, make him feel loved. Because he had a very scary day and I want him to be relaxed. I want him to feel my love. Until his mommy comes home and then he'll get even more love.